Louisville's forgotten NFL team. The cheer of touchdown Brecks is coming back alive tonight, thanks to a Louisville woman whose grandfather was on that one and only team. As Louisville welcomes a new pro football minor league team next March in Butchertown, I found the Brecks were scrappy and determined, and they played in a baseball stadium.
Welcome to the Louisville Brecks NFL football from Louisville, Kentucky. We have in Louisville, Kentucky, a very cold November afternoon, but a good day for football, and the fans have come out to watch the action here as Louisville, one of the premier teams of the National Football League, is hosting the Evansville team. Hello, everybody. This is Van Vance. I never dreamed in my lifetime that I would be doing a live play-by-play of NFL football from Eclipse Park in Louisville, Kentucky.
It's a cold, snowy day today.
Perfect for football.
Go Brecks.
Go Brecks.
Mary Pat Sexton is the granddaughter of someone that few in our city could ever claim.
So this was my grandfather in World War I.
Was he playing football yet here?
Yes, he was playing football.
Austin Higgins, her grandfather, a player, captain, and coach on Louisville's first and only NFL team, 1921 to 1924.
Louisville Breckenridge / Louisville Brecks, but they were known as the Brecks. A lot of them went to Mail High School, and Mail was located on Breckenridge Street.
The photos right down on the field show huge crowds of men and boys standing right on the sidelines. And take a look over here, sitting up high on a wall at 7th and Kentucky. The American Professional Football Association was created in 1920, and in 1922, it changed its name to the National Football League. Suddenly, the Brecks were charter members of the NFL, playing the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, and Cleveland. Those were the founding teams of the NFL.
I know, isn't that unbelievable?
And the Louisville Brecks are right there with them?
Louisville Brecks are right there with them, absolutely. So, it's something to be said. Louisville should be proud.
Can you believe that they played the football games in a baseball stadium? Eclipse Field was right here.
I can, because I think that they would play football anywhere because they loved it so much.
Eclipse Park stood at 7th in Kentucky. You got to it by getting off a trolley at 4th Street and walking right down Baseball Alley.
On a November day, those wooden grandstands at Eclipse would have been full. There would have been an admission. There would have been getting here mainly by streetcar, and there's going to be a big crowd of enthusiastic people cheering the Louisville Brecks.
U of L historian Tom Owen.
The main message here, Doug, is that pickup, scrappy football was in the neighborhoods of Louisville. And the best team in town was the Louisville Brecks.
We're coming out of a timeout, and the Brecks need to hang on here to get their first victory ever in the National Football League. Jimmy Van Dyke cuts to the left. Now he cuts back in, gets a good block. He's down to the 5-yard line. 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Louisville Brecks.
But November 1922 would be the last game ever played in Eclipse Park.
Eclipse Park was a large baseball field with wooden bleachers and wooden grandstands. So it was unfortunately made of wood. In November of 1922, a fire broke out at Eclipse Park and literally burned to the ground.
And despite hometown enthusiasm for the games, the Brecks weren't the best in the NFL. They only won one game?
One game, only one game. Yep.
Oh, your grandfather.
I know.
What would you have said to him?
You know what? I think he instilled it was more the love of the game than winning.
So that's why I asked Van Vance, the legendary sports voice of WHAS TV and radio from 1957 to 1999, to recreate what he could, using the names and positions of the players that Mary Pat provided us.
He's down to the 5-yard line. 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Louisville Brecks. It's over. The Louisville Brecks have won their first ever National Football League game at Eclipse Park, 13-6 over the Evansville Crimson Giants. Head coach Austin Higgins can be very, very happy today. They have won a National Football League game.
Van, now 92 years old, told us during his research that he couldn't stop thinking about one thing: what if?
They got into the league for $25, and now the value of the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs played in the Super Bowl. Those teams are worth, one of them, $7 billion.
He also pointed to one big challenge that he faced: preparing the imaginary play-by-plays.
The first thing I noticed, Doug, was the Louisville Brecks, on their uniform, they had a big B on the front of the chest. I would have required that they put some numbers on the front. It'd be difficult for me to broadcast their football game if I couldn't see a number.
So with that, Van, take us out.
Catch the trolleys that are waiting to take them to their home sweet homes here in Derby City, Louisville, Kentucky. It has been a great pleasure of yours truly, Van Vance, here on WHAS to broadcast in 1922 live action of the Louisville Brecks in the National Football League.
Bravo, Van Vance. He ad-libbed all of that. He could be right back here today. Well, so why did the Brecks fold? It came down to financial support. Mary Pat says even though they drew an average of 1,200 people a game in Louisville, the money in the end just wasn't there. As for the players, she told me it wasn't about the money for them. They made nothing playing the game. They made their salaries on their jobs and then played on the weekends for the Brecks.